So that was the challenge.
You're dropping all these names of all these places. Have you been to pretty much every spot on the planet with all the travels you've done?
Yeah, I think so.
What's one of the more I guess enjoyable places you've been? One of the more inspiring places? Maybe it's the people, maybe it's the scenery.
Oh my God, there's so many. I mean, of course, going to Africa was amazing because I'd never been before, and it's the first time. Like, I don't know, I felt like I'd grown up and I was like a woman. You know, there's just so much to see there, and there's just so much to cover, and it's really fast, and the problems are just really like intense. And for you to be able to deal with it, I think you have to have some sort of like, you have to be ready, you know, to deal with it. And I felt like I chose the right time to go. And, you know, what I learned from it is that I could go there for the rest of my life and still not figure it out. You know, it's cool.
Any songs on the upcoming album inspired by that trip to Africa?
$20 on the album is kind of about that. I went to Liberia, which is like, it's kind of a really interesting place because it has like the weirdest history because it's tied in with America and stuff like that, and it's kind of land of the free, and it's sort of, I felt like it kind of had the most interesting history, but at the same time they just came out of the Civil War, which is also like something unique. Like all the countries in Africa that are caught up in situations like that, you can't, you know, you can never see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like most places, if you're involved in little rebel wars and stuff, they just don't end. It's ongoing. And Liberia had like a positive story to it, and I just wanted to go and deal with that and learn from it and stuff and see what it looked like, you know, and how, I don't know, what a place looked like that has hope, or how you could rebuild something, and, you know, see if those were lessons really good to learn, and, you know, if you can apply them somewhere else. Anyway, and $20 kind of inspired me because there they told me you could buy an AK-47 for $20, which is, you know, less than being able to buy a cell phone. And, you know, I think the differences between like living in England and America and stuff like that, I think those are the type of differences that we have to like highlight. Just, you can buy anything you could pretty much get here over there, but it's just how much those things cost. You know what I mean? Like, if you buy an AIDS pill in Africa, that costs someone a week's worth of wages or something, but a gun is cheaper to buy, which is why, you know, you can be caught up in these situations, and it's really hard for 16-year-olds to get jobs, but they're better off, like, you know, or they're not better off, but they're just sort of, I don't know, they want laptops and phones and things like that, and which they're really better off having, but it's really hard to acquire, you know.
That's insane to think that you can buy an AK-47 for cheaper than you can buy medication for AIDS, which I know that medicine's not cheap, but to think that somebody can plop 20 down and grab an AK-47, that's just, I don't know, it's hard to swallow, I suppose, you know. The impact on you must have been like, huh?
Well, I mean, the thing is, yeah, that's why I thought it was really interesting, because, like, I come from somewhere like that, and people find, like, my music difficult sometimes because I talk about, like, guns or, you know, things like that. And I think those are the things that I wanted to point out, that if you actually go to somewhere like Africa, it's possible to see that, you know, a lot quicker than being able to see a Mac laptop. You know what I mean? And that's, yeah, you can't take that away. And if that makes people uncomfortable, then there has to be some sort of, you know, education that goes with it in the first world, so they can at least find out where it's coming from and do something. I